Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. Minimal equipment required. The only things we're going to use today are one dumbbell and one band or tube. So you can grab kind of a medium weight dumbbell and maybe a little bit more challenging band or tube set up about chest height. And remember to always come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move. So get your heart rate up a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes of cardio to warm up your muscles, get your heart pumping, and become ready to move. So we're going to start with some push-ups today. It's been a while since we've done push-ups. So remember that if you're starting them against a wall or against your kitchen counter, that when your feet are closer, it's easier. When you move your feet back, it's more difficult. So you can kind of level that up as you're ready. Just remember to keep those shoulders down away from your ears. You can do them against a bench, a chair, or on the floor. If you've been doing them on your knees and you want to try them on your toes, maybe try one or two and then drop to your knees for the remainder of the set. Lots of ways to level this up and down. You can also do more if you need more of a challenge. So remember your hands beneath your shoulders. Nice straight line from the top of your head through your heels, and we're leading towards the floor with your chest. Don't dip your head. 4, keep breathing. 5, pull up with your abs. 8, 9, and 10. I think that was 10. But remember to keep those shoulders down away from your ears and keep breathing. Hi, Tubby Bear. Tubby's come to join us today. Maybe take a little nap. Okay, next we're going to stand up and do some reverse lunges. So stand up nice and slowly. And we're going to, you're going to stand next to something sturdy for support so that you've got good balance and so that you can maintain really good form with these. Lunges are one of those that you really need to be accurate with your form. So you can also try it. If you have a full-length mirror, you could watch yourself. But the biggest key is making sure you step far enough back that your weight stays in your heel here and your knee stays over your ankle. So we're really exaggerating that big step back and pretend like you're just going to kneel down. And that's the position that you're aiming for. If these are really challenging for you, then stop at 5. This one is 5 right here. 5 and 5. So it would be 10 total. I'm going to go to 10. If you want to add a little bit of extra resistance, you can hang on to one weight. You can hang on to 2, but that can be hard if you need to grab onto something for your balance. Also, if you hang on to one weight in that hand away from your support, you're also adding a little bit of core, having to keep your shoulders level and keep everything steady. One more each side while you're hanging on to that heavier weight. All right, that was 10. So remember, you're always going backwards. If you feel like it's bothering your knees or anything like that, you can do a smaller range of motion just here, just a little bit, really focusing on squeezing your knees and keeping everything in alignment. Okay, next we're going to do a triceps exercise. So we're going to grab that one dumbbell I talked about. I'm going to get my camera a little higher here, maybe. So I'm going to have you stand and take that one dumbbell behind your head like this. So you're holding the bell part of the dumbbell. Now I want you to keep your elbows in nice and tight. We're going to press straight overhead. So you want to keep your abs nice and tight. 3, and keeping your elbows in towards your ears. Now, before you start this, make sure those shoulders are down and back and you're standing in good posture. We do not want rounded shoulders before you start this one. It's really hard on your shoulders and it can be hard to target the muscles that we're targeting, which are your triceps in the back of your arms. Nice and slowly, both directions. If you're having any low back pain with this, sit down. So you can sit on a chair or sit on a ball. Keep breathing. 9, and 10. Good. You should really be feeling that right in the backs of your arms here by the end of that set. If you find you've grabbed too heavy a dumbbell, of course, as always, grab a little bit lighter one. Similarly, if you need more weight, grab a heavier one. Now we're going to move over to the band that I've got set up over here, and we're going to do bow and arrow pulls. So you want 2 handles if you've got a tube like this with handles, otherwise just hang on to the ends of your band. I want you to start facing the wall, and we're going to pull back, just like you're going to pull back a bow to shoot an arrow. So this one's going to stay straight, just like you're kind of stepping out and pulling at the same time. So you're still thinking about pulling and squeezing your shoulder blade, but your elbows are going to stay a little bit more up here. 4, 4. Again, as I always say with bands, you can make it a little harder by stepping further back. You can make it easier by stepping closer to that source. Keep breathing. Keep your core tight through all of this. I think this is 8. 8. 2 more each side. 9. 10. And 10. All right, good. That's kind of a fun one. I like that one. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of a balance, lower extremity strengthening. We're going to do some heel walking and then toe walking back. So I'm going to have you walk on your heels across the floor and on your toes on the way back. So if you can, working on some flexibility here, just nice and slowly. We're not in a hurry. I want you to try to stay as upright as you can so you're not down like this in order to bend those heels. So we're going to walk forward across the room, and then on the way back, up on your tiptoes. This isn't a fast movement. I want you to walk all the way, you can walk up and down your hall, you can walk across your room like I'm doing. It's plenty of space. You don't need a large space for this. Like I said, we're not taking long steps. We're not doing a huge, this isn't fast. And back again, up on your toes. So we're working on feet and lower leg strength and flexibility with those. So you can kind of do those as much as you feel you are comfortable with. Also, you can add that maybe to the ends of your walk. If you go for a walk every day, you could add that. It's kind of a good way to stretch out your calves, stretch out your all of the muscles in those lower legs and your feet, and really think about spreading those toes out nice and wide when you're up on your toes. And then on this one, really, you're going to feel a stretch in your calves. It's really kind of feels good, but it's also really good strengthening on top of it. Okay, the final one we're going to do, we're going to do double knee lifts, seated in a chair. So this works best either on the edge of a, like a workout bench, or a chair that's tall enough, like a kitchen chair. A sturdy kitchen chair is a really good place to do these, or a sturdy office chair. So you want to have your hands, palms facing down on the chair. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. And your goal is to lift those feet up off the floor. Just using your abs, not using momentum like this. So you don't want, if you find yourself kind of picking up your body and leaning backwards, really think about keeping stable or even crunching toward your knees just a little, and that can keep you from using momentum. 5, this is a really challenging one. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. Keep breathing, and 10. All right, if you find yourself doing that and you're kind of lifting one foot up at a time, that's okay. Try to alternate which foot you're picking up first. And then also, if you find you're doing that, try really hard. Think, okay, this time I'm gonna pick both up at the same time. It's challenging. It's a really challenging core exercise that doesn't necessarily look that hard, but it does get right to the point. Okay, so remember to repeat through these 1 or 2 more times. You can add some cardio in between. make it a full hour, and cool down and stretch at the end. All right, as always, please let me know if you have any questions or need any modifications, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.